To another Mayor's Cup, and without further ado, Coach Appert, come on up and say hello. Just on behalf of our program, I'd like to say thank you. I mean, this is kind of what we envisioned when we started creating this. The idea for this event is to have. Obviously, we have such a great tradition and history at the Houston Fieldhouse, and so many great games with Clarkson and Cornell and that other team over there, and the freak out certainly, but we really believed we could have a standalone event here at the Times Union Center against our rival Union and make it a great event. And I thought last year, with the exceptional last minute of the game, we were off to that start, but the crowd was fantastic. The alumni reception was great. Now it's even doubled this year. We're expecting 6,000 again tonight, even with the weather, and so. What we try to do is you're always trying to create different events that become elite opportunities for your student athletes because that's what makes the program special. And it's really special for our student athletes to get to play in front of all of you at the Houston Fieldhouse every home game. We have the best fans in college hockey. But then, yes, exactly. We do. We have the most passionate, dedicated fans in all of college hockey. But now to have an event like this just enhances the program even more. So, I like our team a lot. We've certainly, as you guys know, you guys follow the team very passionately. We've had a little bit of a bump in the road over the last month after a real good start, but we're really solidified by a strong senior class. It's a small senior class in numbers, but certainly not in stature. And I think right now you're seeing that. You always see what you really have when you face adversity. And I think we're being battle tested and we're being hardened for our run down the stretch like we took off last year. And I believe we're going to again this year, but even further in the playoffs, obviously. But I really like what our seniors are doing. I thought that all of our seniors last night played really well. But especially I wanted to point out Brock Higgs. I thought that, in a game where you're struggling, you look to your senior class to kind of lead you out of it. I thought that Brock Higgs was spectacular last night. I thought he played like a man. I thought that just the team really rallied around his play and the block shots and the passion that he played with. And, it's a real treat to coach our young men. We've got great guys that come from great families. We have a 3.35 GPA, I think with 8 or 9 engineering majors on the team. So I'm really proud to get to coach those guys. And I'm even more proud to get to be your coach because I just love to be at RPI and I really appreciate the passion that our fans and our community and our school have for our hockey program. So before I'll take some questions, I do want to introduce, I brought one of our student athletes over to say a few words. I want to introduce Jason Kasdorf, our sophomore goalie, to say a few words.
All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks a lot for coming out. Just on behalf of my teammates and myself, we want to thank you guys for supporting us so much. It's so easy to get a degree from a school and walk away and have no ties with it anymore, but for people to come back and continuously support and just to have so many fans in the area, it really, I can't even explain how much it means to my teammates and myself, so I want to thank you guys for that.
All right, we'll open it up to any questions for myself or for Kazi here. Fire away. Yes, right over here.
Is he coming back next year?
Which one?
Yeah.
Good question.
Better answer.
Exactly. I also do want to acknowledge, I'm seeing some, I probably won't see all, but we have a tremendous amount of our parents of our players here. So I'll embarrass you for a second. Just put your hands up. We got a lot of them up here, back here. Deb, Denise, let's go. Frank Deal. Thanks for coming out. It's great to have the support of our families. So, other questions? Let's get a few more here. Come on, don't be shy. Yes.
How physical is the game going to be tonight?
Question was, how physical is the game going to be tonight? I think That was kind of a softball, right? Yeah, we're going to be physical. We're not going to hide from the fact that in the last couple of years that Union's had our number. We all know that. Our guys, our coaching staff and our players, we've taken ownership of that. I think we're going to be very good tonight. I really like the last 2 weeks of practice we've had. It's easy to get down and to feel sorry for yourself. And our guys, the last 2 weeks of practice have been just outstanding. I think you saw that in the energy and the passion and the effort last night's game, which is what the strength of our team is in our depth. And we haven't had that consistency of depth throughout the year. But I think you saw that last night where you had 6 defensemen and 4 forwards and Scotty going in net, or 4 lines of forwards. And when we're playing that way, we're very, very difficult to beat. And I think you're going to see a lot of that down the stretch here, and I think you're going to see a ton of it tonight. So, yeah, we're going to be very physical tonight. Yes, right back here.
So what do we have to look forward to for the next couple of months?
A lot of victories. A lot of victories, yes. You just saw former captain, 1982, captain of the Engineers, Dino Macaluso. Thanks for coming, Dino.
Come into Minnesota and beat Minnesota and Paris State in 24 hours, the 2 best teams in the country at that time. Will the ECA see you getting more bids than you deserve than teams like Quinnipiac and Yale and RPI and Colgate?
I'm going to cut you off, yes.
Thanks.
The question was the league and the respect that the league's getting, and I think we're seeing that. And I would have preferred those wins in Minnesota to have been our wins over Fair State, Minnesota. But it was great that Colgate did it. I think we've seen it now for the last 4 or 5 years. I thought Kirk McDonald put it best. It's great to have Kirk McDonald back as a volunteer coach this year after his 6 years of pro hockey. And just a tremendous captain and leader for our program. But he said it. He just said that teams that are in 6th, 7th, and 8th place right now in our league would have been 1st and 2nd place teams back when he was playing in the league. And that's how far the league has come in just the last 5 to 10 years. I think every university, all 12 universities in our league have made a renewed commitment to playing big-time hockey. And I think you're starting to see those results with 5 teams in the top 20 last year, 3 in the final 8, 2 in the championship game, and on and on. And obviously a national champion with Yale. So I do think our league is in position to have 3 to 5 teams make the national tournament this year. I also know that our league depth is so strong that sometimes we beat each other up in January and February, and that makes it tough. But right now it's the best league in college hockey, and I'm honored to be part of it. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna get a TV contract. I can't answer that one, but if any of you have great connections with Sportsnet New York or those types, send them my way. I agree. Any questions for Kazzy before we let him skip back down to the locker room? And
How's the rehab coming? I don't see any slings on you.
Yeah, the rehab's coming along really good. I actually just got on the ice this week, so I've been skating, not taking any shots yet. I gotta wait till I'm at full strength, but yeah, progress is coming along quick.
Right.
How's married life, Kazzy?
Yeah. It's awesome being married. I love my wife's cooking. It's great. Don't have to cook for myself anymore, so I come home from hockey and I got a good meal waiting for me, so it's awesome.
And for those who have not met his lovely bride, Stacy, he's overachieved on many levels, both in looks and intelligence. So he's done well for himself. Yes.
Who's the boss in that house?
She is. Yeah. Just like in most houses. Yeah. 1 or 2 more questions before we got to get back to work and get ready to beat Union. Yeah, right here.
How many hours does it take to style your hair? It's great.
I think the question was how many hours did it take to style my hair? And I think you should ask Kazzy because he's trying to steal my luck. Yeah, right back here.
Can you comment on the officiating and its effect on game outcomes?
No. Comment was, can I comment on officiating and its effect on outcomes? You know what? I say this in all seriousness. I have tremendous respect for officials. They have the hardest job. They're hated by everybody. Both teams think they're miserable. Both fan bases think they're miserable. Both sets of players think they're miserable. Well, and that, yeah. But, I think that our officials work their tails off to try to do the best that they can. And I think that Paul Stewart's really upped the level of commitment and professionalism that is demanded by our officials. And so as much as I may disagree at times, I respect their profession and what they do for our game. One more question before we have to head off and get ready to beat Union. Anywhere? Oh, we're good? All right. Thank you so much for coming out. Really appreciate the support.